Welcome, beloveds. Welcome to Ascension Live. I am Astarius Miraculii, and today's subject is Alldimensional Mastery. Alldimensional Mastery. Let's see, let's try a little something different here. If we do like this here, maybe a little bit better. Okay, Alldimensional Mastery, and we want to trigger an alignment with Alldimensional Mastery for you, for me, for every one of us. And so we begin by saying in Invocation, I receive the infinite blessings of the all-dimensional healing from everywhere and every when to now harmonically converge in this, my now being and my now moment. Whenever we reach out for the experience of healing, there is a oneness of wholeness of healing, as there is a oneness of wholeness of being. There is a oneness of wholeness of all that is. Here we are together having spiritual discourse, sharing spiritual discourse. And this moment of spiritual discourse is meant to reach out and empower every other moment of spiritual discourse, and in turn be empowered by every other moment of spiritual discourse. Hold on just a moment. I want to get my lighting situation right. Okay. So we are invoking the truth of the all-dimensional healing from everywhere and every when, from beginningless beginning to endless end, that healing is a reality. And we bring all of that multifacetedness of healing vibration into harmonic convergence with this our now moment and this our now reality in this third dimensional realm, allowing this third dimensional realm to be impressed upon, impacted, and quickened by the all-dimensionality of healing that exists everywhere and everywhere. Because in truth, every time is now, every space is here, and everyone is us. So when we are in the resonance of bringing about healing, whether it is healing that we require at the level of the mind or the emotions, or the physical body, the reality of that healing already is. It already exists. Because everything that will ever come to be is reality in the formless domain of life, a formless embryo in the womb of creation. No matter what the healing is that is required, we also receive the infinite blessings of the all-dimensional solution to our world crisis. In the eternal scheme of things relative to our earth, there have been many crises, many world crises, and will yet be many world crises. And simultaneous to the world crisis is the solution to the world crisis. The solution may be a reality as a formless embryo in the womb of creation, in the womb of our souls, and yet it is that first stage of reality. And so we up-level our appreciation for the solution that we're reaching for. We receive the infinite blessings of the all-dimensional creative expression of our being. any being, anywhere, anywhen. Creating is you creating by extension. We want to learn how to feel sacred pride in the fact that we have a co-creative hand in every amazing creation, because life and being is always one. And each and every one of us, by virtue of a cellular resonance, is in cellular accompaniment with every being in all existence, expressing any creation. And so in the all-dimensionality of creative expression, we call forth creative expressions from everywhere and everywhere that creative expressions exist, and we bring them into harmonic convergence, and we superimpose that multidimensionality of creative expression over our individual creative expression, and we create a multiplication of the spirit of our creative expression. For there is, as there is a oneness of wholeness of being, there is a oneness of wholeness of creative expression. And so we celebrate this. We are open and receptive, receiving the infinite blessings of the all-dimensional self-love. Everywhere and everywhen in the course of existence that any being is in a state of loving themselves, we proclaim that as the reality of our loving ourselves by extension. We are the microcosm in the microcosmic reality of loving ourselves. And yet there is a macrocosmic reality of self-love going on everywhere, everywhen, from beginningless beginning to endless end. And we call forth these vibrations into harmonic convergence with this our now moment. We dream awake the all-dimensional reality of self-love. We love ourselves with all of our heart, as eternal knowing God imparts. We receive the infinite blessings of the all-dimensional immunity. Everywhere and everywhen, from beginningless beginning to endless end, that immunity is the presenced reality. And we call it into harmonic convergence with this our now moment, with this our now world. And we proclaim the invincibility, invisibility, and invulnerability to all of the negatives, all of the viruses, all of the malicious intentions with bureaucratic governmental officials or any malicious beings who are of malintent toward the wholeness of this earth of ours, as well as all of the people here upon the earth. We are invincible, invisible, and invulnerable by virtue of the all-dimensionality of invincibility, invulnerability, and invisibility to the negative intentions that come toward us. We receive the infinite blessings of the all-dimensionality of life purpose. Everywhere and everywhen, from beginningless beginning to endless end, that any being is in the mastery of the expression of life purpose, we bring it into harmonic convergence with this our now moment and this our now expression of our individualized life purpose. We recognize that the root of life purpose is being, not doing, achieving, or creating. Doing, achieving, and creating are branches of life purpose, but the root of life purpose is being, and being is already done. Like the cake is already baked, the cake of being, the cake of life purpose. The doing and the achieving and the creating is some icing that we will put on the cake, gives it a little extra something, and yet the cake is already baked. And so we honor that, we celebrate that. We celebrate the fact that As we live and move and have our being, we are already sitting in the absoluteness of life purpose, and we are infinitely wonderful by virtue of how Creator Source sees us and validates us, and there is nothing that we could do, achieve, or create that would cause the love and validation for Creator Source to be one iota different from us. Even if we chose not to do, achieve, or create anything, the love and validation of God for us would never waver. Let it be that the love and validation that we feel for ourselves never wavers. We've been doing life purpose since the day that we were born. Let there be God, capstone of my soul, unfailing spirit, fulfill my goals. Let there be power in the word of my mouth, I conquer with faith, dissolve fear and doubt. As in the creation story, when we proclaim, let there be, we are allowing a reality that already exists in the formless domain of femifestation to then come into crystallized manifestation. Let there be God, capstone of my soul, that God beingness within, the inner divinity, is in fact the capstone of our being. That is the highest resonance that we have. Essence of God within, unfailing spirit, fulfill my goals. When we align with the inner divinity, we are unfailing in our capacity to fulfill what it is that we want to bring into manifestation. Let there be wisdom as the fuel of my knowledge. Let it be ablaze within my heart. I must be consistent in the game of life, that wisdom may finish what knowledge did start. Let there be love in the work of my hand. My life is a blessing unto God and man and woman. And let there be peace as the wings of my mind, O sun of serenity, around me shine. Let there be joy of truth bubbling in my soul, O dissolver of sadness, come make me whole. Let there be abundance raining down upon me, my life be enriched with prosperity, and there is the fulfillment of let there be, for life will always give me, but as far as I can see, let there be, let there be, let there be. And so to finalize this transmission, I'm going to offer some sound frequencies to bring about. First and foremost, this tone is to bring the fulfillment of the all-dimensional healing from everywhere and every when, from beginningless beginning to endless end, harmonically converge with each of us individually and facilitate that important healing that we require. This is for our healing ad infinitum. This next tone is for calling forth the all-dimensionality of solutions to the world crisis, that we would have benevolence becoming the prevalent force within our world and be transcendent beyond lockdowns, transcendent beyond viruses, COVID-19, beyond any maliciousness in bureaucratic powers. This is for the healing of the world crisis. next tone is for the calling forth of the all-dimensional self-love, brought into harmonic convergence with our now reality and the individualized experience of our self-love. And the next tone is for the all-dimensional immunity, the all-dimensionality of immunity from everywhere and every when, from beginningless beginning to endless end, where immunity is the prevailing force. We bring that into the harmonic convergence with this now moment for the accentuation of our individualized immunity. And finally, this next tone is for the all-dimensional life purpose. The all-dimensionality of life purpose everywhere and every when, from beginningless beginning to endless end, where life purpose is expressed in full-on mastery, brought now into harmonic convergence with this our now moment, this our now reality, this our now individualization of selfhood. We amplify life purpose. Thank you, beloveds, for co-creating with me. I am Astarius Miraculii, the one who loves you so much. Thank you for visiting my website, astarius.com, astarius.com. I have a great number of musical albums, a couple of books, and I am available for intuitive astrological readings as well as sound healing, transmissions with didgeridoo, vocal harmonics, and Reiki. I also teach Reiki, located in the Red Rocks of Sedona. Thank you for your comments, and thank you for your donations. Many of you have been so very, very generous in appreciation for my offerings. And if you are moved to give a donation, I graciously receive them by way of Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, as well as a donation button on my website. Loving you with the passion of heaven, good fortune in all that you are and all that you do. Namaste.